It's Wildy having a chat to Hinchinbrook candidate Steven Clare. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Wildy. How are you?
Good, mate. Good. Now, you're running as an independent?
Yes.
All right, let's start our 5-minute chat. So, why an independent?
Because I belong to One Nation in 2017. It was I was only a member for a very short time. Didn't like working for the party. They told me that I had to sign a dozen confidential agreements. They took over the social media. They dictated everything I had to say. Everything was on script. Never belonged to a political party again in my whole entire life.
Okay, and it's not your first time that you've run for a seat?
It's my fourth campaign. Yep. I've done two federal elections as independent, and I ran with One Nation at the recent state election, endorsed by them, but not a member of the party. And
why put your hand up for Hinchinbrook?
Because I want to represent the real people of Hinchinbrook, the people who are battling, who can't put food on their table, who are really struggling. I don't represent the big end of town. All four big parties, ALP, LNP and the two KAP and One Nation, all affiliated with each other when the time comes, and they represent the big end of town, or the big financial donors. So I want to represent the real people of Hinchinbrook, the battlers.
So what do you think you can offer the residents of Hinchinbrook?
The first thing I'd want to do is get our upper house back. I'm thinking of the big picture. It was voted out by both big parties, ALP and LNP, in 1922. People never had a say in it. They just did it, and we've been on the back foot ever since then. 103 years. No one's happy with the way things are going. The criminal elites are running the show. These people they prop up as premiers, whatever, they're just puppets, mate, and we'll never go ahead until we get our upper house back. Won't be the only thing we need to do, but and it needs to go to a referendum. The people need to make that decision, because it'll never happen any other way.
So as one man, how can you make a difference?
Well, winning the seat to start with.
Yep.
Waking the people up. The best thing I can do, you know, the two big dogs running, they're going to be very hard to knock off. So the best thing I can do is get out there and just wake up as many people as I can, and they are waking up. They reckon they're waking up by the thousands. They're not, but they are waking up by the hundreds. So if I can wake up as many of them as I can, they're getting a raw deal. They all know it. And what do? They vote them back in. Every election they keep voting them back in. So I'm just going to try and change that.
So how are you getting out there at the moment, Stephen?
Well, I don't have any support. Initially, after the local election that we had here, which was a postal vote, everybody assumed that there was going to be another postal vote. So that worked really good for me, because I don't have the support and I don't have the money. So it's not a postal vote now. So I can't stand at 20 polling booths. I don't have any support for reasons we won't go into. I can't stand at 20 booths, so I won't stand at any. You know, everybody, all these people down there at the pre-polls, everybody who goes to votes pre-poll knows who they're voting for. So they're standing down there for 2 weeks at Taito and Ingham and out of Deerigan. There's no votes in that for anybody. They're just sitting there just fighting and arguing. It's all for nothing. Everybody who votes pre-poll knows who they're voting for. So there's no point being there. So I can't stand at one booth, so I'll stand at none.
Yep. So what do you think are the pressing issues for the people in the Hinchinbrook electorate at the moment, the most important things that they want?
Upper house, well, I don't know what they want, because they're probably not aware of it, but most important thing is get the upper house back running again. North Shore, at the lights there at Deerigan, that all comes back to the red light there.
Yep.
The lights have got to go, and they need to make, as you come out of Mount Low, come out of Northern Beaches, you've got to take a left-hand turn before the railway line. There needs to be put a bridge in there and divert some of that traffic down Ingham Road. Widen the road up down Ingham Road, and the lights have got to go. And the people who want to go down Shore Road, you're going to have to divert the traffic around to Mount Low and come up through that way onto the Bruce Highway, and then they can turn right. Yep. And that'll free that intersection up. There'll still be issues on down the road, but that's the main one right there.
Yep.
So
yep. Now, with Hinchinbrook, do you actually live in the electorate?
No, I don't. I live in Townsville, as most of them do, as you're well aware.
Yep.
So I'm looking for a reason to get out of Townsville, and this would be the perfect reason.
So what's your connection with the Hinchinbrook region?
I've just got a connection with politics in general, and Hinchinbrook being, Northern Beaches being part of Townsville, I want to get in and change things. And the only way you can change things is to get your bum on a seat.
Yep.
People go on about, you know, the Katter Party. The Katter Party have been there for a long time. One Nation's had a couple of seats over the years. They just run along with, you know, they just look. looking away from the issues is just the same as being, in on it. Nothing's changed. Nothing, ever.
And what's your skill set that you think you can bring to the electorate?
I'm one of them, and I'm one of the people.
Yep.
I'm not one of them. So I can relate to the real issues and the people on the ground level, and I can't be bought or sold. All these other candidates running work for the people who pay for their campaigns. That's how it works. They'll tell you they don't, and they'll tell you they're all working for you, but they don't. They work for the parties, and they always have, and they always will. I know that from experience with One Nation. You do not work for the people. They're lying to you.
Steven Clare running as an independent candidate for Hinchinbrook. All the best.
Thank you very much.